once was a great show called Total Drama. In the early 2000s when Total Drama came out, reality shows were like the thing. Like, so that's why they made Total Drama, because cartoons were not doing as well, because cartoons you have to put like a lot more time and thought into than a reality show. And reality shows are a lot cheaper to produce. So Total Drama was like making fun of how stupid reality shows are. And it was kind of like a parody on reality shows. In its like first like 3 seasons, they spend like the first 3 seasons in like the first season like or they you get to know all the characters kind of like the main ones, and then the other 2 seasons the more like obscure characters you get to learn more about. I just like I I love the first 3 seasons of Total Drama so much. Like they're so good, and I really like that. I know this might be a hot take, but I like the aftermath because it's like making fun of another type of reality show. My favorite like episode is the one where they like the one that like takes place in between action and World Tour, because you get to like meet Alejandro and Zierra, and like you get to see every Total Drama character together, not just like the cast for each season, if that makes sense. Like that one, that's like such a good episode. Like how they have like arcs, and like Heather was like the meanest person, and slowly she becomes less mean, and then like Courtney becomes more mean over time. During season 3, they kind of made like the love triangle between Gwen and Courtney and Duncan or whatever, and so there was like a lot of the fans weren't a fan of Gwen being with Duncan, so like that's when the fan base started to rise and like started to be more toxic, and then announced the new cast for the next season, which got rid of everyone from the original cast. And a lot of people don't like change. Let's just say that. I honestly think that season 4 of it was good. Like in a way. Like I like the ideas for a lot of the characters, and like obviously eventually you're gonna have to do something new to keep it going. I just feel like they needed more episodes, because there was less episodes. Most of the characters were not expanded on at all. Like, and the ones that were, I wasn't like a fan of. Like I didn't really like Lightning. I did not really care for Joe at all. Like I feel like it would have been interesting if they like went more in depth on Breck, because like I think there's like he mentions like I think near the end of the season or when he gets eliminated or whatever that he wants to be like a fashion designer, but he's like his dad wanted him to be in the military. Like that would have been more of like an interesting idea. Then they did All Stars for season 5, which I guess makes sense to like I don't know. I feel like it would feel like it would have made more sense to do another season with the second cast. But and then so like they just took like the top like 6 from each cast, like which I feel like was a bad decision. I don't know, like because like those are the characters they already kind of expanded on in Revenge. A lot of people were not really fans of how they portrayed the original cast in All Stars. Like a lot of people did not like. I kind of agree with like I feel like Lindsay was bad, but I feel like a lot of the other characters they just like they weren't like terrible. It just seemed like they needed a little more time to like. I feel like the season was rushed a little. That's the only thing I feel like they didn't really ruin the characters, but maybe that's just me. But the fandom thought they ruined the characters. It started this like whole thing of like fans wanting to make their own versions, their own series, which made this guy named Chester. His like YouTube channel is Chester or something, and he came with the idea for Oskayi Island, and it was like his own thing. The thing that I find the most interesting is that he literally has the there's like a main character in his world, and it's a self-insert named Jesse Gill, and it's like so funny. He made this whole plot and this like kind of like prequel to his Oskayi Island about how this like guy is like this bad boy who got kicked out of his school and is like or he's not really a bad boy. It's like super funny. He's like he was like framed for something by this like random hooded figure. It's just so obviously a self-insert, and then he also has like and this is just like he like just straight up stole Heather and Gwen's design and called them their sister. And he has like a really similar design to Alejandro too. But like the thing with the Heather and Gwen is like I think he has like a thing for them. Has like a self insert and he draws like some of the Heather and stuff suspicious. Let's just say that. Like very suspicious. It's just like it's just so weird. Like a year or two ago he released his first episode like animated and he just straight up took the Todrama intro. It's so funny. Like and then he got mad when they took it when Fresh TV took it down from YouTube. It's like obviously they're gonna take it down. Like you literally just stole IP. You just IP theft. Like girl, of course they're gonna take it down. After All Stars, they did Pahkitew Island, which had another new cast. This cast, I'm not as much I'm not the biggest fan of. Like I feel like they just like they tried too much to make all the characters really weird. Like there's not really any characters I like in this season. And then like after that they did the Ridonculous Race, which I really like. I think it's a cool like I feel like it added a fresh take onto Total Drama. I feel like people would have liked it more if they had more than just one season of it. But like I liked the duo element. I liked most. I literally liked like pretty much all of the teams. Like the Ridonculous Race was iconic and could have been something if it did better, I guess. After Ridonculous Race, Total Drama was canceled. The Total Drama communities kept growing, and there was this guy named Noah on YouTube who like kept on doing like reviews and stuff, I guess. And then with like Fortnite gameplay. And then after a while, they saw that there was still demand for Total Drama. Because they saw like the fandom online, kind of. They said, we're making a new Total Drama series. And so this Noah kid kept kept on he made like predictions and like a bunch like literally made like a new prediction every day for like the longest time. And then they announced what the series was and it was Total Dramarama. His life was ruined after that. He had nothing to look forward to. It was like the funniest and it was just like it was so funny. Because of Total Dramarama, the fan base started to hate more and like Total Dramarama was not made for them. So I don't know, like you still have the other seasons. You can still watch the catalog. Like, but they got so triggered that they're like, we're making it ourselves. They made their own like weird. They called it like Total Drama Reunion, and it was like horrific. They literally stole all the characters and just like made like a slight tweak maybe, and there's like so stupid. Like I think they just like gave Owen a mustache. And I'm pretty sure Noah was like an actor in it. Which is like why? There was another fan made total drama series, but this one didn't really steal anything necessarily. I I would say it's more legal. Let's just say that. I don't know. Like I feel like it's more of like a fan project type thing. It doesn't steal any of the characters. It just takes the idea of the series and they make it their own, I would say. It was called Total Drama Gone Wild. It was like this fan project made with this one guy, and he made like a new episode every year. I don't know. It wasn't like stealing anything from Total, making his own thing for fun, kind of type thing. But then eventually he stopped, just like stopped out of nowhere, and then a few days later he's like, "Sorry, I was gone for so long. I was in the military." And then he hasn't done anything since that random channel update, which I think is so interesting. Noah's rage started to grow more after Fresh TV took down the Tojama reunion thing. I spent so much time voice acting and speculating, and he was like triggered that he's like when Fresh TV only makes Rama, Fresh TV only makes Rama, and then like he's like I'm quitting YouTube, and so he quit, and then literally 2 days later, TV was like, here's a new series. He quit. He quit YouTube. He quit Total Drama YouTube. He's like, he wanted to become like an Eric. He just wanted to be Eric. It was like, which is like the scariest thing ever. Eric is like so scary. Eric is a wannabe Mr. Beast. Why would you be a wannabe of a wannabe? You know what I mean? Like, so he quit to become an Eric channel. So Noah on his second channel made like a video like saying, of course they do this. Of course they announce after I quit. After the announcement to the lead up of Total Drama, the new series, there's this new fan series called Disventure Camp.
Disventure Camp.
And there's like this girl host. It's supposed to be like Chris McLean's daughter. Don't straight up say that. Just say that her last name is McLean. She like runs this like camp in like it's just like a woods camp. It's not on like an island. And like they have like every type of relationship possible, like polyamorous. And I feel like with Disventure Camp it's really focused on fan service, and you can kind of tell it within their thumbnails and with some of the weird stuff they do within the episodes. Now Disventure Camp has like, they have that season, then another season, and then another one, like a prequel to that season for some reason, and then there's All Stars. But in the prequel season, for some reason Noah's the host. Like, he's just there for some reason again. Even though he quit Total Drama YouTube, he's back for some reason in this like random fans thing. And the Total Drama series they're working for HBO Max. This is like the biggest thing that I think is the weirdest thing. Came out, but only where HBO Max doesn't exist. So it like aired on TV in those places, but it hasn't been on HBO Max yet, or HBO. And I think there's 2 seasons now that have aired internationally, but it hasn't came out because HBO Max hasn't released it. The whole like fandom was just like telling everyone to pirate it. It's like, you seriously not? You were like complaining for years that they weren't making the show anymore, and that the show got canceled, and that like then they like won't even wait to support it. It's like they're like insane, like, and they just like would send stuff on like discords and like all this, just like telling everyone to pirate the show. No, do you not understand how insane that is to just complain for years about how there's not a new season, cry when they make Dramarama, and then when they actually release a season you just tell everyone to pirate it? Like you wanted this so bad, but you cannot even you don't even want people to support it. If you really wanted it, why would you pirate it? Why would you tell people to pirate it willingly? And I honestly, I feel like that's a big reason why HBO hasn't released it, in the US, because they're like, well, why would we? Everyone's already seen it. It's not like people care. So I feel like at this point, because of this, insane fandom, they're probably, I don't know how they're gonna release this. It's been, a year, and it just keep on getting longer and longer, because they're like, no one cares. Because they've already seen it. They released Clone High. That was announced at the same time as Total Drama. People liked that because people didn't pirate it in one sitting. It's just so weird. If you really wanted this so bad, why would you tell everyone to pirate it? I just don't get that. I literally don't get how they don't want to support the show. They have to make profit somehow. I feel like one of the main problems is that they never officially released it in America. So the only way to watch it is to pirate it. It's released everywhere else. Obviously there's gonna be peer pressure into watching the show. So obviously everyone in America is gonna want to pirate it so they can know what's happening. And they could, you know what I mean? They want to be able to see what their friends have seen online. And in a digital age, if you don't make something available, people will find ways to watch it no matter what. And so now more than ever, you should release stuff at the same time rather than, because they did this before with the older stuff, but now we're in the digital age. and now computers and all that are more available than ever, and it's become easier and easier to pirate stuff, and there's streaming services, and so there's not really an excuse to not release it all at the same time. Like, there's no reason for us having to wait over a year to see this series. There's no reason that America has no seasons but others have two. And so I hope that they're like HBO can make this like extremely good marketing and just release the series. I don't know how they're gonna do, because now they have 2 seasons they have to release. So I hope they figure this out. I still haven't watched the new series because I'm like waiting until it gets actually released. Because I actually really want to support it, because it's like, if it's good, I want them to continue to make more of it. I don't want it just to end. You know what I mean? I don't want it to just have like the 2 seasons and then be done. When they announced the series, they announced it was announced with 2 seasons. So these could just be the 2 seasons they're doing, and then it's over because all these people wanted to pirate it. So everyone pirated it, which probably, with Chester's Little fans, they probably made, some of them probably told other people to pirate it in that group, in those group chats, and the Disventure group chats, on Discord and all that stuff. They all were probably just saying to pirate it and all that. And even if they didn't, they were probably still talking about the series, which made other people want to pirate it, which made more people pirate it, and so now there's, you know what I mean? And at this point, since it's been like a year, everyone's probably pirated it. None of them have a point to get the subscription to HBO Max just for the series. And so I feel like, honestly, it's gonna be canceled. Total Drama is gonna be canceled again. And then they're all gonna cry, and Nova's gonna be like, cry, and he's gonna be like, and this is why I hate Total Drama, and this is why I quit, because they hate the fandom, and they hate how, they hate this, they hate us, they don't want us to see more of this, they shut down all of our, they shut down our fan projects. And it's like, no, they don't shut down all your fan projects. All fan projects that exist, there's Total Drama Gone Wild, there's Disventure Camp, those still exist. They don't they don't obviously steal. Like, they use legal loopholes, that I think. I don't know. Like, they don't just steal characters. Like, obviously Reunion and obviously Oskayi are gonna be taken down. Like, they literally stole characters. And Oskayi stole the intro. Like, obviously they're gonna be taken down. They steal IP. IP. They all cry that they got shut down for stealing IP. Like, so annoying. And so I hope maybe not in our world, but maybe in another world, there'll be a bright future for Total Drama. Or maybe there will be a bright future. I don't know. I feel like there's literally no way at this point. In conclusion, Total Drama originally started as a show to get people back into animation. And it kind of worked. But with more and more studio interference, it lost some of that audience. And over time, the studio kept on wanting to interfere. Eventually, Fresh TV was just like, why don't we just make the show they want us to make? So they made Rama. And Rama wasn't made for the audience that they originally had. And so a lot of that fan base was upset. And honestly, can you blame them? But like, the problem isn't Fresh TV, the fan base. It's how people see animation now. And we need to change how people perceive animation. Because animation isn't just something for kids to enjoy. Like, anyone can enjoy animation. You can tell within like the streaming services and stuff now that they've been removing animated stuff and canceling projects and all that. We just need to support. That was my point. We need to support these projects so that the studios see that we want animated shows for older audiences, and not just like Spider-Man and Friends. Like, we do not just need those types of shows. We need stuff made for older audiences that are animated. Thank you for watching this video. If you finished it, yeah, thank you.
How are you?
All good. A little tired.
Do you also study on Sundays?
Yes, I have to send an essay to my tutor in 2 days, and I'm a little late.
Like, I have to tell you something important.
Sure, tell me.
The first time we talked, I noticed something strange about you, and I realized that the way your parents pressure you is not right.
My parents, they only want the best for me.
You eat very little or you don't eat at all. And worst of all, they decided to commit you to a guy you don't even know. How that can be the best for you?